So I've had a lot of really funky obsessions in the past few months, one of which, of course, has been the Fantastic Four in many variations, including, of course, the 3-beat version of the same move, which Noel taught me back in December up in New York during the Flow Show. One of the interesting things that I realized really early on playing around with the Fantastic Four was that there had to be a variation that worked upside down. Namely, when you're performing the Fantastic Four, essentially any point at which the poi are below your hands, they're going to a position where they're going to wrap around your body in some respect. Whenever the poi are going above your hands, they're essentially working in a kind of small sample of what would be a one-handed corkscrew, right? So that must mean, of course, that there's a variation where whenever the poi heads are above your hand, they're getting wrapped around your body, and whenever they're below your hand, they're taking the bottom part of that corkscrew rather than the top part, right? So here's the part that was really interesting in learning all this, is that it turns out that 3-beat Fantastic Four, it actually contains pieces of both the upside down and the right side up Fantastic Four. So to get there, let's actually learn this upside down variation and see what makes it. To break it down just a little bit, let's go back to our old friend the Fantastic Four, the normal one, and really realize all the pieces that make it up, because they're going to be really, really important for putting together the reverse one. First and foremost, I always start this from the position where my thumb end is down between my legs and my pinky end is wrapped around my waist. Now, it's always in the Fantastic Four the pinky end that winds up being the leader, right? So from this position right here, I bring the pinky end out and around above my hand. It actually brushes past my face as it goes around, yeah? As that happens, I'm pulling up on the thumb end to bring it out from between my legs, but my thumb end never actually goes past my face. I bring it down and around my waist instead of my face, where that normally would be the position it would go to. And now that pinky end, which has gone up and over, winds up going down between my legs. So now we switch it up. And the thumb end goes above my hands like such, and I pull up on the pinky end and wait for the helicopters to go by. And once the pinky end, hang on. Yeah, there we go. And once the pinky end gets up and around, rather than letting it do that complete rotation over my hand once again, it's going to go around my waist and reset the move, right? Okay, so let's take all of this in reverse then and see how it works from the top. So this is usually where I like to start the upside down version from, with my thumb end going over my shoulder, and my pinky end should ostensibly be kind of around my midsection. And the place where it actually makes contact totally depends. Sometimes it's down around my waist, sometimes it's up close to my armpit. I would say that the higher you can get it, the better, because this pattern tends to run out of momentum very, very easily. So I usually like to start up by actually giving myself a little momentum to prime it, and then bring pinky end in towards me, and as the thumb end comes off my shoulder, I'm going to shoot the thumb end around my waist once again, and my pinky end then needs to go directly up to my shoulders. Now this is the tricky position to get out of, because as of right now, I have no control over what the pinky end is doing. All I can do is pull down on it, right? So in order to get it in the position that I want it to go in next, ironically enough, I cheat. I actually do what I can to control the thumb end and let it lead the pinky end around. What I actually do is I extend my index finger and I use it to push that thumb end around so that I can get it properly placed. Because the alternative is, when I come around here, that they both exit out at exactly the same time. So it's kind of a matter of fixing the end that I can't control with the end that I can control, yeah? Either which way, though, the danger here is eternally running out of momentum. And as such, you kind of have to play a little fast and loose with gravity. And whichever the leading end is, you have to follow its lead no matter what. And keep the other end delayed as long as possible around your shoulders, or else the whole thing just falls apart. Yeah? Cool. Now, you'll note these bits around my shoulder look pretty familiar, don't they? They look quite a bit like the 3-beat Fantastic Four, as it is sometimes called. And that's because it's the exact same position. In fact, if I wanted to, I could really easily switch between the two in that position. and then really easily, of course, switch on back to it. Whew. If I so wanted, right? And really all that means is that we are taking both of the positions where we're wrapping and we're sticking them kind of around these different body cavities. So, you know, when I'm doing the normal Fantastic Four, it is, you know, down through my legs and on my sides, and when it is the upside down one, it is on my sides and above my shoulders, right? So it makes for a very nice symmetrical kind of figure, which of course you can opt to change it up and add that bit of the corkscrew whenever you want. In fact, if you wanted to, you could just go straight into that corkscrew and take it straight back into that. I went straight to the wrong place. Straight into the normal Fantastic Four. And vice versa, you know? It's totally up to you. Yeah. So I just thought that was a fun discovery. Anywho, thank you guys for watching and have yourselves a great week. I'll be back with more tech for you again next week. Peace.
Hi, thanks so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Doing so will help other people find my content, and it lets me know that I'm creating videos that are worth seeing. Also, check out my website at drexfactor.com. There, you can purchase sets of poi like the ones I use in my videos, and get access to a great range of written inspirational content, plus which you can subscribe to my videos there in the form of a podcast. Finally, if you go to flowtoys.com, you can enter in my special promo code and get a small discount on your order. Doing these things helps support me in my flow journey, and it means that I can make more videos for you guys. So, thank you in advance for your support.